Hey guys, it's Open Zoe's Real Thoughts. Today I'm going to be reviewing the best-selling novel adapted to the hottest film of the year, Gillian Flynn's Gone Girl, directed by David Fincher. And so before I start, I'm going to tell you that this review probably will be filled with spoilers. So I'm just going to let you know and give you some time to pause and come back to this after you've seen the film. So yeah, I'll just wait for that. With that said, I'm just going to jump right in and not really even explain the premise, considering that I'm sure you guys were inundated by the millions of ads from your TV screens to the internet to books to the magazines talking about Gone Girl.
Nick Dunn, you're probably the most hated man in America right now. Did you kill your wife, Nick?
And so, Gone Girl is a sleek, layered, contemplative piece talking about modern-day marriage. I am a huge fan of the book, and it translated very well onto screen, down to the minute details. It even follows the same kind of format. It's being told in the different perspective of Amy and Nick, played by Rosamund Pike and Ben Affleck, respectively. Like a devious snake, we glide along this mystery thriller of whodunit, no pun intended, and it's this slow, contemplative beat that slithers under your skin and really gets you and stays there. And it's that contemplative beat and slow build that somehow creates such an unnerving and uneasiness within you that you just really cannot shake off. When I first heard that Rosamund Pike was going to play Amy, I was ecstatic because I knew she would just kill it in this role. This was the role that she really deserved in Hollywood, contrary to the other roles that she's been offered, where she plays an accessory like she did in Jack Reacher. And so I just thought it was so brilliant. Alongside Lou Bloom of Nightcrawler, Amy Elliott Dunn is one of the best character studies I've seen of a female on screen as of lately. She is complex, layered, and just wickedly good. She's a relentless shark on the prowl for her next victim, and she is not afraid to shed some blood if need be. And of course, she's an affirmation of every MRA's stereotyped nightmare, but that's another subject for another time. And of course, this cast was cast to perfection, from Tyler Perry to Carrie Coon, whose performance I really enjoyed and was so rooted to reality, and I just love that, and she was so authentic and genuine. And of course, I would normally hate on Ben Affleck, but I had no gripes with him here because he was pretty decent as this, you know, the good guy, the good Nick. And so, yeah, and it doesn't hurt that you saw his penis, so that's always a plus. After I watched the film, I was left in a daze, and I really couldn't even wrap my head around what I just had seen, and I thought it was really well done, considering that Gillian Flynn actually wrote the novel and the screenplay with David Fincher in mind when she wrote the novel. And so everything just worked out perfectly, and she was able to condense her own story, despite the only gripe and beef I have about the film version is that it really showcases how crazy Amy is. Amy is psychotic, and she is portrayed as the villain, but in the book you get a sense of this cynicism about marriage, and how in the end you just end up realizing that these two people are made from the same kind of fabric, and they're equally horrible, devious, selfish, horrible people, and that they're kind of entrapped in their marriage because they know they can't be with anybody else that will understand them down to their core like the other person can. And it was this psychological play and just this the tragedy of that reality that comes into play that is so haunting. And I really wanted to see that more in the film. And considering that you don't really get to see Ben Affleck's, Nick Dunn's kind of perspective about the struggle through his marriage as much as you saw in Amy's diary entries, I think it really sided more with Amy and told it from her perspective more about her experience throughout, rather than kind of giving an equal he said she said battle, and just showing how there is just a facade on both sides and nobody's story is really true to the truth. And yeah, I just really kind of wanted that. But regardless, this film is just maddening. I cannot wait to see it again. It put me in the spell, and contrary to Fincher's other works, this is probably his less stylistic film, but nonetheless is it just so gripping and incredible, and I cannot say anything but praise. And so yeah, that's what I thought of the film, and let me know what you guys think, because I'm sure there are lots and lots of opinions, and I can talk forever about the cool girl monologue and everything else, but I will stop and let me hear what you guys think. Also, be sure to check out my blog, www.sosrealthoughts.com, and I will see you guys on Twitter, Facebook, and everything else. Thank you so much. Bye.